So let me just make something plain for a few of you right fast. I was watching a live last night that T.S. Madison was hosting and Dominique Morgan was on it. And Dominique Morgan was basically saying that, even when the girls get a sex change, they still get clocked and they still get called a men. And I want to make something really, really clear for y'all. If that was one of the things that was on your list, that if you was considering getting a sex change and one of the things that was on your list of the reasons why to get a sex change is so you could be more passable, if that was your reason for getting the sex change, you are not meant to have it. I hear also girls say things like, why would I cut my dick off? I love, watching, I love penetration. So you love penetration. You don't have to talk down on that sacred process, that sacred rite of passage, because it's not for you, because it reeks of insecurity. You also don't have to come for girls who get called a man even after they get a sex change, because it legitimately happens to females. One of my closest friends was a model back in the day, and she's gotten clocked before me, and she done gave birth to 3 children. That is an insult. That is an act of violence, and y'all act like that's so shocking in a patriarchal society that insecure halfling ass Negroes would hurl insults at beautiful feminine creatures. Once they get mad at you, once they know how to put you down, they know how important a lot of women feel about being valued as a woman, because that's what most of us have been reduced to in a patriarchal society. You ain't about to be the president of the United States. You ain't about to be the Pope. At least you could be cute and kept, at the very least. Getting that surgery, going through that process, it takes you years to understand what you have undergone, what you have done. A lot of us go into it for different reasons. Some of us don't want to have to tuck. Some of us just don't like having it on our body. Some of us don't like having anal sex. Some of us just want to feel whole in a different way. We want to feel more connected to our foremothers. We all go through this process for different reasons. And honestly, initially, if you talk to a girl who just had the surgery 2 or 3 years ago, some of us are very insightful. Some of us are clairvoyant and really thoughtful about the process. But for the most part, after you go through this process, you go through postpartum, because you've birthed a part of yourself that is penisless. And much like childbirth, your body will never do what it did before. Your body changes, and your body will never go back to exactly the way it was. So a lot of us go through postpartum, our own version of it. So when you ask a girl 2 or 3 years after she had her sex change to really, really give you an update and tell you what it's like, she can't correctly tell you. That's like asking somebody who just became of age and started dating and is sexually active 2 years in. So tell me, are you an expert now? Honey, it takes years to fully understand mentally and your body is constantly changing. So, they probably could give you some cute sex stories. They probably could brag about, how they don't have to tuck and how good they look in a swimsuit, but they can't really give you any like deep, profound they can't really give you a deep, profound synopsis about what it's like post-op. Okay? And then you have all of these girls who are nowhere near the process, constantly putting their mouth on that sacred right. So I just wanted to just put that out there. The sex change is not for everybody. Bottom surgery is not for everybody. And when y'all constantly put y'all mouth on it, it reeks of insecurity. I'm not insecure about a bitch with dick and balls. And I'm not insecure about a bitch with a fat pussy who push out babies. Don't none of y'all make me insecure because I'm in my own lane. I'm whole. I'm my mother and my father, my grandmother, my grandfather, my great-grandmothers, and my great-grandfathers. And I am a soul who continues to reincarnate. I am over 70% water, living water. And this is the form that I took in this life. And this was the way that I showed up in this life. And I understand why. Because if I had been born with a vagina, a fully functioning womb, child, I would have went and got pregnant, made me some babies, and I wouldn't give a fuck what y'all was doing in this matrix. I wouldn't care about nothing but me and mine. So I understand why I chose to come back in this life as male and to lay on that table once again to get that pussy. Because it didn't fall in my lap this lifetime. I had to make the choice. And see, it hit different when you make the choice. So it's power in this pussy because it's power in me. Lelem Lele Nation, purple ones, rise.